Hello and welcome back once again to Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. Today we are looking at none other than Loki from the Disney Plus series. Have a quick look at the box before we start the timer. Just like the others, there's a really nice piece of artwork here and a little description. Something to take note of is obviously this figure went into design and production before obviously the show started. So let's have a little look at the articulation. The neck and head move around quite a lot with the up-down, left-right action, allowing him to kind of hold any pose of his hair there. The suited body, if you have a look underneath the jacket, the shirt there is similar to that used on the Young Nick Fury, the standard shield agent kind of shirt. So there's like a clip and a gun there as well, which doesn't tie in totally with the figure. However, when the jacket's closed, you don't really notice, so I understand why they use that. Standard suited body with obviously a new jacket piece here that matches that in the show. The head is actually really nice. It's a really good resemblance of Loki in the show. I quite like the sweeping hair there with the kind of windswept look. Apart from that, there's not really much to say about the figure. So let's have a comparison with some of the other Lokis that we've had in the past. First one here is obviously the Avengers one, the single pack release from the Avengers one, with his look in Avengers. And the other one that I've brought in for comparison as well is this one here from the Infinity War 2-pack. Straight away you can see there's a slight height difference between the three. Well, I just try to get that one stood up. Obviously with the Infinity War one being very tall, but again that's because of the boots. The Loki TV show being the one in the middle, and the Avengers one being quite short, but obviously with quite small flat feet there. In regards to the resemblance, the newer release definitely has the best resemblance. However, it's hard to compare it to the other Lokis costume-wise because it is a standard kind of shirt and tie. If we just take the helmet off of the one here from the Infinity War, he's got the kind of swept back hair look, which is obviously one that he's got in the TV show. So let's just pop the head off of the new release and see if that head works or not on that one. No, I don't think it does. Obviously the skin tone's slightly different. The ball peg obviously sits much higher, so I'm not even going to show you that one properly. Let's just have a little look at the new head a bit closer up. As you can see, I mean, the detail is really, really nice, and I think they've really captured the likeness here with the photoreal technology. Quite easy to pop on and off there as well. Let's just stand him back up there with the other two. So yeah, it's hard to kind of draw a comparison between the other Lokis because obviously this isn't a Loki, like a traditional Loki costume. And obviously without giving too much away about the TV show, it obviously has the TVA jacket and belt buckle that you see in the show with, of course, the words variant written across the back. It's a nice figure though. I think what's interesting is I think that it's definitely not going to be the last Loki that we see. We've already seen obviously one other figure from the TV show recently revealed as well. But I think where they obviously put this wave together, they wanted to include a Loki, so they've used that look from the very early on first and second episode. I think if I was to hedge my bets, I think we're probably definitely going to see another one, 2 or maybe 3 further down the line. At least I'd like to hope and think so. I'd say comparing these next to each other size wise, you can definitely tell it's the same character. The earlier figure, obviously, even though it's very detailed, coming up a little bit shorter, but that seems to be a similar problem that we have with a lot of the earlier figures, hence why we're getting kind of re-releases, I would think. But yeah, it's definitely a nice figure. Definitely represents his look in the TV show. I think that there's very little to complain about. It ticks all the boxes. A suited figure is a suited figure. So obviously the trousers, the shoes, the jacket sleeves are all what we've seen before. As I mentioned, the shirt's got the undercover gun and clips there, but obviously with the jacket being used how it's intended, you don't actually see those. I think there's a new sculpt on the jacket, which is nice and represents the look in the TV show, and the word variant obviously across the back. Without giving too many spoilers away, if you don't understand that reference, then do go and watch the show. It is pretty good. But yeah, I think all in all, it's a really solid figure. Good addition to the wave. I'm glad that we got a Loki in the wave as opposed to not getting a Loki at all. And I'm pretty pleased that we got this look. I think it will definitely look good next to future releases from the TV show. Very little more to say about this one. Good head sculpt, good body, costume that matches that of the show, good representation, and a fine addition to the Loki MCU collection. Would I have picked this one up if it didn't have the Build-A-Figure part in it? Probably, to be honest with you, just as a bit of a completionist. However, I think it could definitely either become the most desirable because of the show, or the least desirable because of the design of the figure isn't very exciting compared to some of the others that are in that wave. So there we go. That's my 5-minute figure review. Thanks very much for watching Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. If you've enjoyed this, then please do like, share and subscribe. Any support is much appreciated.